start the next new chapter, physical and chemical change. In the chapter name only, you hope you understood what we are going to learn. So in your surrounding, you are seeing so many changes around yourself in the surroundings. For example, if you are talking about in your daily life, you are preparing the, if you want to prepare the cool drinks or something, you want to prepare the sugar solution and mix it. That is also then making the curd. And if you kept the food for some times, for one day after, you can see that food will spoil. There's some changes. You can see in your daily life so many changes around yourself. So in this chapter, you are going to learn what are the changes happening in our surroundings, bodily, and some activities. You are going to perform some activities. And regarding that activities, we are bodily classify the types of changes, physical and chemical change. Broadly, two types of changes are there in the nature, physical and chemical change. We will do some activities. Regarding the activity observation, we will classify what is physical change, what is chemical change, and we will give the definition of physical change, and later we will distinguish between chemical change and physical change. So now I am going to start about the physical change. So what is a physical change? I am going to do an activity, children. Let's see in the book textbook. I took the square piece of paper. I made it the pieces again. This same paper, I can stick it. Yes, no, I can stick it, but this change has happened here. It's not a chemical change. It's not in the size, shape and all, no changes in happening. That's just they become the size. See the one square, big square pieces. I made it as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. I made it as 7 pieces. Again, I stick it stick it with a tape or glue gum, anything. So in this, what changes you can see in this, children? You can observe the changes, any changes you can observe in this. Any changes you can see, any new product or obtained from this paper or anything. In case the same paper, if you burn the same paper, what you will get? You will get the hash. Yes, no, children, hash you will get. The same paper, if you burn it, you will get the hash. You got the next new product. That hash again replaced to the paper, original paper. It is impossible. It is impossible to replace the hash to the original paper. It is impossible. If I tear the paper, I can make it in the original position, but there no change in the shape, size and all. Little changes, no, we can't see. But in the physical properties, we can we can see the changes in that. That's all is one of the changes. Next, I will take the chalk powder. You know the chalk powder. The chalk powder I will mix in the water. Make it the solution or salt solution or sugar solution. You can change this. You can see the changes in that. But you are not seeing any other solution. If you want to separate the salt from water, it is possible only due to the evaporation. You can separate the salt again from the water. When water evaporates, same the means they'll get the original position. Come back to the original position. It's possible. Next, one more example you can see, familiar with that. States of matter. Changes of states of matter. You already learned in the states of matter, solid, liquid and gas. So if solid will change to liquid and liquid again change to gaseous, this again come back here to the original position. Or for example, I'll take ice. Ice is solid. When we will melt the ice in room temperature, if we keep it at room temperature, it will start melting. We will get the water. This is liquid form. And this, when we boil the water, what we'll get? Water vapor. Gaseous form. Gaseous form. So this, again this gaseous form water, this water vapor will cool. what will happen? We'll get the water droplets. Again, this water will be freeze. We get the ice, same we'll get. So this is the physical change. What and all we discuss about the paper, we discuss the solution, making the solution, we discuss salt solution or sugar solution. This and all, we are not seeing any chemical changes in that. Only we are seeing the changes in the physically, there are changes we are seeing. So we are, what is irreversible process or reversible process? Is a reversible process. We can come back to the original thing. Is a physical change. All the physical change are reversible. And no new product, we didn't get any new product here. In these changes, we didn't get any new product in this. So physical change means where changes are occurring in the physical properties. For example, size, shape, salt, that taste, anything, that physical property, the physical properties, some changes occurring, that we changes, we'll call it as physical change. The physical change, in the physical change, we are not getting any new product in that, but it is a irreversible process, means we can change to the original state. So next, coming to the chemical change. What is the chemical change? Chemical change, I'll write here physical change. We learned physical change, first point, a change in physical properties. Second point, we learned the physical change in physical properties, means size, shape, and all. In the physical property, physically there are properties, in the physical properties of the substance are changing, but no chemical properties changes we are not seeing. These are reversible changes. Next, no new substance is formed in the physical change. Let's talk about the chemical change. I'll take one example. Magnesium. For example, magnesium, instead of paper, I'll take paper. If you are burned, we'll get ash. Means burning time, in the moisture, oxygen, air is there. When the paper will burn, we get the ash. This ash will not return back to the paper. We are getting the new product here. And curd, milk to curd. Milk changes to curd. That also new product we are changing, we are getting here. Curd will not come back to the, it is impossible to come back. For example, I'll take the magnesium ribbon. I'll show you the picture of the magnesium ribbon, children. So magnesium ribbon, if I burn with the magnesium ribbon, I will get magnesium oxide. Magnesium. So when I burn the magnesium ribbon, burning time, oxygen we are there. So we got magnesium oxide, that is the ash we are getting. We can test with the litmus paper this. We want to find out whether it is a basic in nature or acidic in nature. So now clear what is the difference between the physical and chemical change. So physical change, here in the physical change only changes in the physical properties, but no new substance is formed in the physical properties. Here change in the chemical properties. Second one, just opposite of this, irreversible excuse me, and this new product is formed. So let's start once again. I'll repeat you the physical change in the physical properties, but here the change in the chemical properties of the substance. Here reversible change. It can come back to the original state, but it is irreversible change. It is impossible to come back to the original state. Here new product is formed. Here no new substance is formed. So here composition, uniform composition is same but little different. So now the example I can give here. For example, here I can give the solution or paper, burning of paper. Here I can give tearing of paper. If I this piece of paper, I'll make it the score. Should they'll get 1 part, 2 part, 3 part. Again I can join it and come to that way. If I burn the paper, I'll get the ash. This ash again is not possible to come to the next question. So I hope you clear the difference between the physical and chemical change. Let's we do some activities related to related to the chemical change. Let's do some activity. We will do some activity regarding the chemical